Hi, I want to try something new with my videos, and that is a jewelry haul. The reason for this is that Glitter, a store chain in Norway, which is comparable to, I guess, Forever 21, those sort of stores basically, they sell relatively low priced custom jewelry, has had a big sale. So yeah, the prices won't mean very much because the prices in Norway are extremely high. But basically it were 75% off, so basically a 4 for 1 sale. So I took advantage of it, and here is what I got. And I also apologize that my camera is really not very good for these kinds of videos. I hope it turns out somewhat okay, but I don't know how well you will be able to see the details. So without further ado, here are the pieces I got. First thing I got is this bangle. It has a snake detail. I really like snake jewelry. And it's just a basic snake, and it has 2 little rhinestone eyes and this kind of clasp, which is useful for me who are a bigger girl, because then I have bought bangles which are whole bangles, and I usually have a problem getting them over my hands. But my wrists are not that big, so I can usually wear things that has those kinds of hinges, or in other ways prevents me from having that problem of getting them over my hands. But yeah, there's nothing really special about this piece, but it's cute. And I got another bracelet, and this is perhaps my favorite piece of the lot. It is this piece of leather with all these chains hanging from it. And I had really not noticed it in the store because it looked so unassuming on the shelf. And really when I bought it, I was thinking, yeah, it might be a good layering piece because of all the chains. But it was when I saw it on I really fell in love with it, because it has this detail which makes it a bit edgy. But at the same time I think it looks very classy. So I really like that, and I've been wearing it a lot since I bought it. So this sale I've been going for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and I've been going back several times, picking up a few pieces here and there. So let me just close this and I'll find the next one. And the next piece I want to show you are this ring. I love rings, and I had wished I had more of them on the sale, but I didn't have a lot that I liked. And I've been losing a bit of weight, so my ring size is now down to it's a bit an in-between size, because it's a 9.5, so that when I use size 10 rings, they are a bit loose, and I can barely fit a size 10 ring on my thicker fingers, but then it's a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, at least now I can find nice rings my size, so I've been really on a ring kick lately. But yeah, what this is just a massive ring. It is just this sort of hammered metal with something that is supposed to look like moonstone, but which is plastic in the center, and I just think it looks very nice, and I think it reminds me of something that Dungeons and Dragons sorcerers might wear. That's what attracted me to it. Let me see what's next. Yeah, this snake bracelet. See if we can get a close up. It's just 2 snake's heads with a toggle clasp in the middle, 2 black rhinestones for eyes, and a leather braided rope. I had looked at this in the store before the sale, because I really like snakes. The problem is that it's not very well built. I didn't like the build quality, so I passed it up. However, since it wasn't very expensive to begin with, on the sale it was dirt cheap, and I was thinking that it looks kind of cute and it might be a good layering piece, and if it doesn't last too long, I have some nice snakes to decorate myself with pretty cheaply in it, so I picked it up. Let me see what's next. Yeah, these beads are also one of my favorites. I wonder how I'm gonna show it. At the moment it has tangled a bit. Here we go. As you can see, it is just some black metal chains with these acrylic faceted beads, pretty big acrylic oval shapes faceted beads. The necklace is very simple. You have some ticket chain up here, which then turns to 3 smaller chains. And you have 1, 2, and 3 beads, rows of beads. And yeah, I was thinking this will look good on a t-shirt, just something to throw on to add a bit of class to an outfit. And I really like black on black. Yeah, I don't know if that's stylishly correct, and I don't care. I like it. So, yes. The one thing I think is a bit strange about this is that, see this tiny little string of black chain, which is an addition to these 3. It doesn't have it on the other side, and I don't think mine is missing a strand, because I think all of them have 3. So, I don't know. It's not a problem anyway, and if I don't like it I can remove it, but it's just a bit strange. Yeah, like this one. So, yeah, Glitter has this Gothic shelf, where I have Gothic, edgy, and punk jewelry. At least most months I have, or I guess I have it all the time. But some months when those kind of styles are more popular, it is bigger. And it had been this boom of popularity around those kinds of styles. I think mostly due to this crime movie, this mystery movie, where you have a goth girl in who is one of the main characters. I don't even remember his name, because it's not those kinds of crime mystery. It's not really my style, but I think it was just remade in the USA as the girl with the dragon tattoo, I think. Anyway, yes, has had a massive popularity in Norway, so of course the gothic and edgy styles are extremely popular now as well. But yes, therefore I was lucky, and the sale had a lot of the items I wanted, because Glitter has sales all the time, but often they don't have a lot of the items I like. Anyway, moving on. I got a bangle. And it's just this, it looks like paviter, like this antique type dark silvery metal, and it has this simulated turquoise, which is just a bit of plastic in the middle. Now normally this isn't a piece that I would have been interested in, because I usually like things which are black or purple, follow all around those more typical Gothic trends, but I think this looks very good and it has this sort of old world, like Inca, Egyptian feel to me. And it also gives me a bit of that Dungeons and Dragons fantasy sorceress feel. I also think this is a very versatile piece because I think that if you wear this with just jeans and a t-shirt, then it is sort of dressed down and it just adds a bit of elegance to that sort of outfit. But if you wear it with a summer dress to a birthday party or something like that, then it's being dressed up and can be a very nice addition to that outfit. And I also think that since I'm wearing so much black, this turquoise might be a nice pop of color, while at the same time maintaining that Gothic style. So yeah, I like that bangle. Barely fits me, but it fits me. And also, yeah, I think this would look better on someone who is not quite as big as I think you do have to have a somewhat size to wear it, because if you have tiny wrists, this might be too big. And I guess one of the few really good things, appearance-wise, about being big is that you can pull off huge jewelry. But yeah, I think that because it's sort of like stuck on there, I think that if you were somewhat smaller than me, then this would look better, but I still like it. And this is one of the things I'm tearing things down here. Just pick that up. This is one of the pieces I got first because I had been eyeballing this in the store for so long, and I didn't want to spend the money for it because it is plastic for the most part, and it was pretty expensive. But then they lowered the price, and then they put it on sale, so I got it extremely cheaply, and I'm very happy about it. And this is this cross. As you can see, it has this kind of antique lacework Gothic feel to the cross itself. Let's see if we can, anyway, I can get a better look at it. There we go. And I really enjoy that, and it has just these big plastic beads for the chain, which is basically two various sizes of plastic beads with little faceted beads in between. It has this sort of rosary feel, and I've been wearing it a lot and I really like it. And then for a sort of oddball piece, I have seen this. This is from their top collection. Glitter has this collection named the top collection, and it's just more expensive. But it was on the sale and it was pretty cheap. And I have looked at it because I think it's very fun. It's just this, it's all plastic, and you have this just mass of plastic beads on a choker. And but it was pretty expensive, and I wasn't about to pay that for just plastic. But so I was very happy when I saw it on the sale. Now, oddly enough, you can see that there's a little bit of damage up here by the clasp, and I probably should do something with it up here so it won't fall off. It's easy repairs, so with just a pair of pliers it can be easily fixed, but I would have believed that their top collection should have been more quality. And again, it sits very tightly to the neck like this. So yeah, I think this is a very fun piece. And it also have this little mark that says TC, also top collection, which means that you can proudly announce, well, if you didn't buy it on sale, you can proudly announce that you have paid a lot of money for a piece of plastic. Well, what's next? This is another of my favorites. It's a choker collar, and it's just this metal band that goes around your neck, and it has these tassels with chain. I had been eyeballing this when I was visiting my mother and went to the glitter store near her, and I wanted it a lot, but I couldn't afford it at the time, and I was so happy when I saw it on sale. And this is the way it sits. And I tend to use it with a dress or a top which shows a bit of cleavage, and I really like how it looks. So yeah, I think this is a very unusual piece, and my only real complaint with it is that it's a fingerprint magnet. So if you touch your neck area, I went over this with a cloth before I started the video, and it has already gotten dust and fingerprints and such all over it. But other than that, it's a great piece. And let's see what's next. This is another one from the top collection. It is, and I bought it because it's just so unique looking. It's just this this thick black chain, which is, let's see if you can find a way to have a look at it. There we are. Which is made into this lace design with tassels underneath, and it sits very close to your neck, and it's great for an open sweater or something like that. And I would say that you can wear this with casual, or you can wear it with a blouse and it will dress it up. Now, here's my problem with it. And I was debating a lot if I were gonna pick it up at the sale or not, because it has a damage here in the metal. And also, the clasp don't work. It has to be either replaced or fixed. Now, since I do make my own jewelry, I can do that with no problem. So I decided to pick it up because I have nothing like it. And also at the end of the tassels there's these, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it is these, the ends are not very nice, which is also something I have to go over. And I find it a bit strange that out of all the pieces I got, the ones from the top collection, here you also have the TC logo, the ones from the top collection are the only ones that has had low quality. Shouldn't it be that the collection that is named the top collection, which is meant to be more expensive for, well, I guess better pieces, should have more quality, not less? But yeah, at least I got something that has cost quite a bit for a lot less, and I do like the pieces, and especially that lacework thing. And it needs a bit of repairs, but those are repairs I can easily do. Now, moving on. Like I said, that bracelet with the chains were my favorite, but I have to debate with myself if that or this piece are my favorite. This is a choker necklace with just these crosses, and like I've said in other videos, I love crosses, which might be something strange because I am pagan, but I think that crosses are beautiful, and it's not just Christianity which uses them. The crucifix are a purely Christian symbol. However, crosses were used long before Christianity, and they symbolize the ascension of the material into the spiritual. So yeah, this is just a piece of lace ribbon with chains and crosses, and these have a tendency to tangle a lot. But that's the only problem I have with it. when you are going to wear it, you have to sort of sort it out. And it sits like this. And yeah, it's just this gorgeous design. Don't know how well I can show it because my sweater really don't fit this necklace, but I guess you can see the basic gist of it. It's really long and it's really gorgeous, and with a plummeting neckline it is amazing. And here's some details. Just chains, lace, and some black faceted pearls. Or beads. I always get confused when I buy jewelry from the United States or crafting supplies, because you say beads while we say pearls for everything. If you can put it on a string, it's a pearl. So yeah. Anyway, I also got this necklace, which is also a choker. It has this sort of chainmail like design on a silk ribbon, and there's just these little silver beads on them and a black bead pendant, and you just tie it around your neck and it will sit about like this. Excuse this, but I was thinking I would speed this video up and not try everything on just the way it should look, but yeah. I think I can't show it without opening it. I haven't actually worn this yet, so actually I have to spend some time on doing that knot, but you get the idea. And I saw this just as I was leaving the store, and I had to run back and get it because it's very cute. Let me see if I can get the detail. Yeah. And I got this set. It is a choker. It has this thick chain, and then two what are they called in English? Leopard heads holding, biting into a ring, and I think it's very cute. It's classy and gothy at the same time, and it will sit about like this. And it also had in the same series a bracelet, which is basically the same thing. And since I got that set with the leopards, I also got this bangle. It is the same as the snake one, with a hinge, and it isn't the same design to the heads as the set has, but I was thinking it would be cute to wear this and that set, but then wear this on the other hand, because it is close enough to have the same red thread running through it, while at the same time it is different and it can be worn on its own. Here's some detailing. I really like this and I've been wearing it a lot. And I also found leopard head, perhaps these are panthers, but the camera isn't picking them up. Here we are, sort of. Had earrings, and I'm a bit disappointed at these. First of all, I had to go back to the store because the first set broke apart when I tried to take them off the card. These seems to be fine, but it has these strange backs that clip into piece to keep them on the ear, and I don't like that. If I'm gonna have a stud, I would rather just have those stoppers. But they're okay, and I do match with the rest of the set, even if it isn't exactly the same design. I also was a bit disappointed because on the card it looked like they would appear like the heads were wrapped around your ear, but they're not. They just sort of hang like this. I don't think I can show that. But yeah, if you can imagine this is my ear, they just sort of hang there. It doesn't give that effect, but they're still cute. And the last piece I want to show is this. Just this tiny little ring with a zipper. And I really think this is cute, and I wear a lot of huge rings, and then it can be nice to wear something small with them, or just if I want something that's not that loud. So yes, that was my Gothic jewelry haul from Glitter. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great Easter. Blessed be, and take care.